District, Mr. Jim Renacci.
Thank you, and thank you everybody for being here. You know, a year ago, I jumped into this race because I was concerned for my children, I was concerned for my grandchildren, I was concerned for our country. And we've now come to within 45 days of what I call not the most important election in your lifetime, but it's the most important election in our country's lifetime. It's an opportunity where we really have to stand up and make sure we're all counted. It's interesting, I also tell people I'm a businessman for 27 years. That's what I've done, not really a politician. A year ago, I was told that you're going to know you're winning, you're going to know things are going in the right direction, when all of a sudden your opponent starts to throw mud. And as you know, my opponent, John Bocherry, is waging probably one of the dirtiest campaigns in the state of Ohio. And that's okay. Because the truth of it is, what he's hiding behind all that mud, he's hiding behind his support of the Obama-Pelosi agenda. My opponent has voted 94% of the time with Nancy Pelosi. And I promise you, any of you that are in the 16th district, and that if I can earn your support, I will go down there and I will get that seat back for the people of the 16th district, I promise you. You know, we talk about jobs, we talk about spending. We can't continue to spend the dollars we're spending. We cannot continue to do it. Everybody knows that except for Washington. Washington's broken. Everything they do down there, they're not listening to the people, and as you're aware, John Bocherry hasn't stood in front of anybody live, except last week. He did show up at one of my town halls. It's interesting though, you might have saw it, he showed up after he sent 25 other people in advance to make sure that there were set up questions and concerns, and that's okay. I'm willing to stand in front of anybody and explain my positions, but I also want to always make sure that when you hear my positions or you hear my background, you hear 100% of the facts. So when you see some of the things that are going on right now, for all of us candidates, and you're going to have other candidates stand up here, when you see some of the ways that they're attacking, there's a good gentleman down in Canton, Ohio, Todd Snitcher, running for State House. They're calling him a rat. They're saying there's a rat in the State House. You know, they're calling me names that I've never heard of. You know why they're doing that? Because they can't stand on their own record. And all of you can make a difference in 45 days. So here's what I ask. And whether you're in my district or not in my district, we've got plenty of good candidates out here that are going to stand here and talk the rest of this afternoon. Please do me a favor. Once you get to know who those candidates are, and if you don't get to know just from standing up here, there's plenty of information about Jim Renacci, there's plenty of information about all the other candidates out there. Get the information. You will find, if you go on the internet, for me, you're going to find that everything that's being said is false and misleading, and I also have the information out there that shows you that. You just got to get out and take a look at it. But you've got to spend the time, and that's why you're here. That's what makes this great. You're taking time on a Saturday afternoon. We got to get more and more people doing that so that good candidates can get elected. 45 days from now, we could make a difference. 45 days from now, I promise you that I will go down there and stop this trend of Obamacare. I'll stop this trend of spending too much money. Thank you. I'll stop this outrageous process of taking more money from us so that they can continue to spend what they're spending. But I promise you, it's going to take all of you to get me there. So for the next 45 days, keep me in your prayers. The mud's going to get deeper. That's okay. I'm not getting into it. We're going to keep going forward. I've got the goal line in front of me. not looking to the right, not looking to the left. These guys aren't going to in any way slow me down. I'm going to get in the end zone, but I'm going to have all of you behind me. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Appreciate being here today.
Jim Renacci, ladies and gentlemen, Jim Renacci. And again, for those of you who just came, don't